I'll show you the reference photo that I'm using. This is one that I took myself. It's of a song thrush. Oops. I've been wanting to draw a thrush for ages, so I've been looking out for them on our walks. I've seen a few in the distance, but I couldn't get good enough photos of them. And then I couldn't believe my luck when a couple of weeks ago we were just walking down this path and this one just flew down about 1 metre in front of us, and he was quite happy just eating the berries that had fallen. And I was even more excited because the blue of that berry, I just instantly thought that that would be perfect, or this whole picture would be perfect for my next mixed media piece. So the plan is to have kind of a washy blue watercolour background here, and perhaps I'll put a tree branch here. So the next step was to do some composition studies. So I thought, first of all, that it would be fine portrait, but when I drew this one, I realised it wasn't going to work. So I turned it round and started these ones. So they're very similar, so I think I've got the composition right anyway, but just it needs a bit of tweaking. So the bird, the watercolour wash, and the branch. So I did do with the trunk there, but I don't think that will look right. I think it would be too much on this side. So I'm quite happy with that one, but I decided to have a go in Procreate to see what it will really look like. And these colours that I've picked, so, oops, I've taken them using the colour picker tool. So I picked a blue from the berry for this sort of darker colour, and then the pink and the light blue came from the stones down here. So that one and that one. And I think that will be the colour palette that I pick, along with this sort of muted brown colour here. So now it's time to prepare the paper, cut it out because I have big sheets of watercolour paper, and then draw the bird out. So I've drawn the bird out now, and next is to do the watercolour. So I'm going to swatch out a few colours and see if I can get a match for those colours I showed you on Procreate. This is a colour I mixed up the other day, and it's white ink, Indian red, I think that's it. I think that would work. I liked this colour the other day, that's why I kept it on the palette. And then I really like Prussian blue at the moment. I think that's quite a close match for the berry. Another option might be ultramarine. It might be a bit too warm. Yeah, that's too bright. I want to go for kind of a more muted palette and more natural colours. So I wonder if white ink and Prussian blue might get the light blue colour that I want. nice colour, but I think it's a bit too samey. I need something else. Oh, that's better. So that was a tiny bit of ultramarine. Just going to put these down here and see how they really look together. So it's definitely a nice combo, but I don't think it's quite what I'm looking for. So this was ultramarine and sepia. Let's try that. So that it's got a bit more of an earthy tone to the blue. I liked this colour the other day, so this is Hooker's Green. And Payne's Grey. I might just see what Payne's Grey looks like with this. So I'm not sure. So, okay, it's indigo I've been using, not Prussian blue. Maybe that's why. Let's try Prussian blue. Definitely too bright. Is that the right one? That might have been intense blue. No, wrong one. So that's intense blue, that's why it's so bright. This should be Prussian blue, that's better. Well, that's looking very bright on the camera still, but it is a nicer colour than that one for this. So looking at this, I think it's definitely got to be indigo. The pink's a nice colour and those two go together, but I think this lighter blue needs a bit more work. So and on this, the dark is more like grey, but I definitely want to get the tones of the berry to end up over here. I think I'll have a go at mixing a few more colours and then I'll show you what I decide on. I think I've decided. So this is indigo, the Indian red and white. That was white and Prussian blue. And this is white and Payne's Grey to make a sort of nice pale grey, sort of warm grey colour. I can't remember what that was. I think that was, oh yeah, that was a mix of Payne's Grey, white and Prussian blue. So just a sort of more grey version of this lighter colour. But I think I'll keep this out of it and just go for the other 4 colours, because I can probably make this one just from a lighter Prussian indigo. Keep getting them mixed up. Okay, so I'm going to start with the pinky colour. Just put some water down. So I want to try and keep it in a certain area. Oops, this brush has more hairs all over it. Got it. I'll try that and see. This might have needed a little bit more white. Just go with it. So I definitely need some new brushes. I'll do that later. Okay, so then we're going to put some light blue over here. These dirty bits all over it. Doesn't work. Oh, I think that's pink paint actually, never mind. It'll be fine. Okay. It's quite dark as well. I know watercolour does dry lighter than it looks, but I don't want that quite so dark. So I'm just gonna wash the paint off my brush and just spread this around. It's probably better. I can always add more on top if it's not right. Okay, and then we want a bit of that same colour up the top. Maybe I should just do it all. I want it to blend in with each other, but also have some separate sections as well. I do know I want this to go right up to the edge up here. I'll try that and just see. I'll drop in some colour. Okay, I think I'm going to go with the Prussian blue now, or indigo. Still getting that wrong. Whoops. So it'd be nice to have these bits blending in with the Prussian, but I think that pink's already dried. Never mind. Right, let's go for this. Well, that's mixing quite nicely. Oh, that's perfect. I don't really like this sort of blotchy edge, so I'm going to see if adding a bit of that lighter blue will get rid of that. Yeah, I think that looks better. Also, don't really want this harsh edge here. Too late. No, that's coming out. Don't mind that edge because that hasn't got the sort of darker coloured outline. I'm going to take some of this paint away. It to be a bit darker here. want to make this bit less harsh. It comes down here as well. Maybe I should just bring it all the way up here. I like that. What's happening here? Well, that's quite a nice effect. I might just dab this and come back in with the dark blue later, once that bottom's dried. I also don't think I like this bit either. Try and get that blending a bit nicer. That's a nice even spread of the colours, I think. I might just try dropping a bit of this pink in over here because it's a bit not very equal. Let's see. Just a tiny bit like that. Definitely want that to be more blended so that the pink goes into the blue rather than the other way around. Oops. Don't know if you can see that, but there's a few splatters of blue down here that I don't want there, so hopefully with just a bit of water I'll be able to take them out. Worse. I think I like how that's looking now, so I'm gonna let it dry. Oh, I've just seen there's a pink is going all the way along here. So yeah, I'll let it dry and then I'll come back in with the dark blue into this bit. And I've forgotten to do the grey as well, so I think I'll add that afterwards. And maybe try and have it so it defines some shapes here. That's dried now, so I'm going to add in a bit more of this indigo just to try and darken this area up a bit so that there's a bit of contrast between this and the bird. Just kind of following the shapes that are already there and still try and keep it blended as much as possible. This is a good thing with watercolour, that you can rework it once it's dried. So if there's any bits you don't like, you can just blend them out. I think I'm going to leave that there, and now I'll make a start on this branch. I think I'll try sepia with this pinky colour. Although I just realised again I've forgotten the grey. I might add that in. Let's put a bit there. Let's see. No. It looks okay without it. But it does go quite well with the sepia to sort of mute down that brown colour see. Maybe a little bit more grey. Yeah, that'll do. I'm not exactly sure where I want this, so I just need to get my iPad back. Although this is watercolour paper, I think it hasn't taken the water very well. And I think before when I did the hair, so this piece, this one hasn't buckled at all, so I don't think I used too much water. I probably didn't put the water on the paper first. Hopefully it will dry flat. I need to be a bit careful because I haven't finished drawing out the feet, but I can always add more watercolour on top afterwards. So I'll just go in between. I know it's up to there. Okay, so I kind of want to come up here. Let's try that. I don't want too much colour, just enough to give the impression. And I think I'll take it down to the bottom. I don't mind if we get all the different variations and little white patches, so just add to the texture. Bring it down and off the page. I don't know if I've gone too high there, just added too late now. Oh no, because it will go. Probably should be behind its feet, but put in a few darker areas as well. Just round off this end a bit and then I'll leave it there. I've decided I don't like the white bits. Trying to decide if I want it to go all the way up. I think it might be too much. But it's possibly going too high, so I'm going to try and see if this will come off. I think it's already stained. I'll just make it go angled down a bit more. God, the paint dries really quickly on this paper if you don't use any water. Any water first, I mean. I think instead of a rounded edge it needs to be a bit more angular and not quite so neat. I'm just going to go with it and just take it to the edge. Okay, yeah, that looks better. I like how this colour's drying, but that end's gone a bit blotchy. Spread that out a bit. Okay, I think that'll do. Definitely like that bit. I was a bit worried when I left it to dry. I didn't think it was going to look good at all. I'm not sure what the berries are, so I'm going to go back to the spot where I took the photo and see if I can see which tree they're from, because hopefully knowing what the tree is will help me decide what details I can draw over this watercolour section, and probably in these negative spaces as well. Of course I could just make it up, but it is nice to have a story behind the artwork. So let's go. This is where I took the photo, and it looks like it was ivy berries. So now that the bird's all drawn out, I was going to try and draw the botanical details in my sketchbook, but I got a bit of artist block and I just really didn't know what to do. So I decided to take a photograph of the drawing and put it into Procreate. And then I had a play adding some different ideas. So that was the first idea, to kind of have a vine running up. Well, they're not the right leaf shapes, and these were symbolic of the berries. And then I thought perhaps a vine going round this branch. So then I finalised that bit a bit more. If I zoom in a bit. And I think I'll probably have it green maybe, so that it stands out a bit more over the brown. And then on this side, so I went back to the idea of the vine going up, but a bit more refined. And we've got the berries and the flowers coming through as well. So I really like the idea here, so now we've just got to transfer it to the drawing. So I've drawn out this bit now, and I think I'm happy with it. I might put a bit more detail into the watercolour, maybe with just some pencil still, but a darker colour than this brown. So that's all the plants finished now. Here you can see I'm just lightening up this dark area of watercolour because I decided it was way too dark and it didn't contrast with the bird very well.
And here's the finished piece. This vlog has been such a long time in the making that I have already framed this piece because it was in an exhibition last year. I think this colour frame really sets it off well, and I just love how it looks on the wall. It's really nice to look back at it again. I've also produced limited edition prints and greeting cards of this piece. Let me show you those. So that's the limited edition print. You can see it's just basically exactly the same as the original. The paper I use has such good texture that it just looks like an original drawing. You can see all the pencil marks, and you can't really tell any difference, apart from this of course. And this is the greeting card. You can see that's quite a different colour. Maybe not. The main difference with this is that it's glossy. So there we go, that was about 2 weeks worth of work crammed into an hour. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I really do appreciate your support. I love making these vlogs, but they're very time consuming, and unfortunately they have to be fairly low down on the priority list at the moment. I will make sure that there's some more kind of day in the life of vlogs coming soon though. So please do subscribe to my channel to make sure you're notified of future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!